Hello! You beautiful people! Welcome back to this video of how did you get in here? Why are you in my house? So welcome back, guys. OGs of the channel will recognize that we're more or less back into the OG setup now until I move into my new place. And I'm really sorry for this video being late. Quite a bit late, actually. But it's been summer, and I'm a busy boy. I've had people to see, places to be, other places to pee at. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. But I went on holiday, which was quite eventful. So I'm out here in a field, kind of. I don't know how I got here. Yeah. Today, my friends, we will be checking out a show called Mad House. And normally, I really hate reality shows. Big Brother, more like why bother? Too Hot to Handle, more like too lame to care. Love Island, more like Bore Island. The Circle, I actually kind of like The Circle, to be honest. And fun fact, I actually applied to be on The Circle before COVID and everything. And now it's cancelled in the UK. So there goes my one shot at becoming famous. But this show, Mad House, it's actually pretty fun. Basically, the show is 10 contestants go into a house and do trials and live like what they call alt personalities, with one person being voted out each episode and the last person standing winning $100,000. And these alt personalities are Don the Vampire, Fiona the Witch, Art the Modern Primitive, Tashia the Voodoo Priestess, and Avocado the Naturist. And you could probably tell one of these things is not quite like the others. We have a vampire who lives consuming blood, a witch who does spells and gets oily massages, a modern primitive who hangs himself off of hooks, a voodoo priestess that can talk to her dead ancestors, and then we have a naturist who likes hanging out naked, I guess. To have a blood drinker on the same level as a dude who likes to eat watermelon and stuff, it's quite a difference. And I've been struggling to decide really on how to structure this video. Whether to make it about the top moments of the show, or like a Watch Mojo style top 10 craziest moments in Mad House. Number 7 will make you shit your pants. But I think I'll just talk about some of my favorite moments and other random bits. So let's do that. And first of all of the alts and stuff, they all seem like good people. They all want to help, they're very open with the guests, and they all seem like pretty fun people to hang around. Well, all except one of them, which we'll talk about later. But first, let's talk about the contestants. And as much as I want to, I'm not going to go into too much detail. The main players I'll talk about are Nicole, never stops talking. All the contestants hate her and think she's fake. Eric, manipulative, game player, massive prick, but you kinda gotta respect it. Tim, confrontational, bit of a creep. Kelly, my initial character assessment of her, I just wrote sad, but she is actually pretty insane. She's very insecure and never thinks that anybody likes her because she used to get bullied, which she mentions a lot. She's quite ridiculous. She definitely doesn't seem to have grown up from the days where she was being bullied, as you can see in this clip.
It's ridiculous. I don't want to talk to you anymore.
Okay.
Don't talk to me. Don't say anything about me behind my back.
Okay, child.
She also gets drunk and then chats shit about Nicole for talking a lot.
Nicole, does everybody think you're a bitch when you meet her? It's just when I first saw you, you kept talking and talking.
But you know, you can't judge by a first impression, though.
Talking.
But then look at her reaction to when she gets told the exact same thing literally 2 seconds later.
That's how you are. You're very outspoken, you talk a lot.
What? I don't talk a lot, not compared to her.
Yeah, you do. You're outspoken as well.
You're saying I talk a lot?
You talk a lot.
I thought you were nice.
And then 2 seconds after that, she does this with the dog. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong clip. It's this clip.
When I choose to drink, I don't see how at all that it harms anybody. Everyone that's Christian should get drunk in a while. It's no big deal.
And that's the last we see of the dog for the rest of the show. So I assume they got rid of the dog because of her, which makes me dislike her even more. And she also acts like this at the final dinner.
And for you to say right now,
I love him.
Which is ridiculous. And as a disclaimer, they invited everybody back for the finale dinner. She did not make it to the final 2. She got eliminated very early on, which is both a gift and a curse. A gift because it doesn't mean we have to see any more of her, but a curse because we don't get to see any more of her. And moving on to Tim, all I need to show you is this clip, and you'll understand why I think he's such a creep.
you know, I have been missing something. I've just been missing something. Been a while.
Oh,
It's been a long time that I've been this close to a woman.
Tim, don't perv on me. We're way the
I'm
up here.
not perving on you. It's just I know what I've been missing now.
Yeah, that's f***ing gross, my guy. Why would you ever say that? When would it be okay to say that to someone when you're both trapped in a super confined space like that? No, really, when? I need to know for research purposes. And they were stood in that cage for 8.5 hours. Fuck that, dude. Moving on to Eric, and he's an interesting one. He's the one that kicked off everybody hating Nicole and thinking that she's fake. And he even started an alliance with Noel, another contestant, and they would go off as a pair and like chat shit about Nicole and talk about how much they hate her and how much they want her off the show. But then, on one episode, the judges allowed the contestants to vote for each other to see who would get eliminated. But Eric, the fucking snake, voted for Noel.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer?
Why are you such a dickhead? But then they revealed that the voting was for nothing and didn't really count.
You have not been eliminated.
We are the alts. We are the only ones who can select who will be eliminated.
So it only served to stir up drama, which is genius, by the way. Tricking the contestants of a reality show to reveal their true intentions and stuff is just, that is so good. They should do that in more reality shows, like in like Bake Off. Just imagine on the Great British Bake Off, just one random episode, the judges come out like, "Good evening, bakers. Today will be a little bit different. Today all you wonderful people will be judging each other's bakes." And then suddenly all the really nice people, because there's never been a mean person on Bake Off, they're always the nicest person imaginable. But imagine if one of the old ladies just suddenly starts trashing everybody else's bakes. Nice little Dottie comes in and says, "Ooh, the decoration on these look like a monkey did a line of cocaine before doing the icing." That's as dry as my I couldn't even finish that sentence. That's how gross that was. But that's how Dottie rolls. And the last contestant that I'll mention is Nicole. And that's mostly because of this clip.
Yeah, Nicole, you know what? I'd like to challenge you with something just for a minute. 10 minutes of silence to let me speak, okay? Is that okay? 10 minutes of just lowering the volume to let me speak.
Which both shows how incredibly annoying she can be and how bitchy and childish Fiona can be. But more on that later. So one of the main aspects of the show is the trials, which are challenges chosen and run by whichever alt is doing it that day. And there are these presentation type things, which the contestants can choose whether to be a part of or not, which show them how the alts live, basically. And some of these are pretty insane. On the first night, they had to dig through blood to find items, which the vampire dude must be annoyed about. Like, that's a lot of wasted blood. Some good-ass nutrients going to waste. And another alt gets possessed.
The intensity was building. The drums began to talk to the spirit. The spirits were coming. I did become possessed during the ceremony.
On the first night, another one that's pretty weird is Fiona the Witch. She does this weirdly sexual ritual where all the women of the house get in white robes and rub each other with clay and then wash that clay off while calling them a goddess the entire time. And this obviously gets all the male contestants a bit excited.
Wow.
So they all run out to worship them.
Let me get this straight. In order to enter your circle, we need to get drunk and give you massages.
Yes.
We'll be right back. Got some nuts coming right out.
I just find it weird how in a show where a nudist is a judge, it's the witch that makes things weirdly sexual.
Seeing like the kind of, porno atmosphere.
The trials range from getting the contestants to overcome embarrassment by running around naked, which fair play to them, to be honest. I would have to psych myself up so much to do that. I imagine that if I ever went like skinny dipping or something, I'd probably spend the entire time like explaining that I'm a grower and not a shower. Then they have more physical challenges, like hanging off of a hook with a rock attached to you for as long as possible, which they did for 1.5 hours, which is impressive. But the best trial by far is, of course, led by Don the Vampire, which I've got to say isn't a very vampire name. He should be called something like Victor, right? Yeah, Victor's a vampire name. But Don the Vampire, he gets the contestants to choose which other contestant to give a glass of blood to.
You're gonna have a bloody good time tonight.
And after 4 rounds of that, they have to drink the blood, to straight up down it. They also don't say where the blood comes from, which is a bit worrying, but they get stuck in there. It's crazy. This whole trial just seemed like a scene from a horror movie, like Would You Rather or something. Staying with Don the Vampire, he also did a presentation with 2 assistants.
I have with me today Gina and Thrax.
And I'm really not sure if he says Gina Anthrax or Gina Anthrax, but I really hope he's called Anthrax. Just how fucking metal is that? What's up, guys? It's me, Cyanide, with my boys Mercury, Agent Orange, and Paul. That's so cool. Just imagine your name being Paul. Shout out to all my guys named Paul. But in this presentation, he drinks some of his assistant's blood.
I should just squirt it on the side there, like this.
A normal person basically would actually vomit this up.
And he also drinks Noel's energy. What? So is he a blood vampire or like a psychic energy vampire? Does he feed on blood or spiritual energy? I do wonder what drinking energy feels like. Surely it's great. It must get you so like amped up. But imagine if 2 dudes were fighting, or like where they were about to fight, so they were like psyching themselves up, and then one of them just goes up and goes and they just fall, and they're just out. How awesome would that be? Like, I want to see Don do that. Or would he not want to do that? Because then he's just like drinking bad energy. That could probably be a business. Drinking people's bad energy. And Art also does a ritual where he hangs himself off of hooks, giving a whole new definition to the phrase hanging out. Yeah? yeah? I'm sorry. But as if that wasn't crazy enough, he then hangs off the hooks while holding Nicole. So they're both just hanging there. It's insane. I didn't know that skin was that strong. So now I want to focus in on the alts for a bit, and some other random stuff. Like, they go on multiple shopping trips throughout the show.
I put a seatbelt on for safety. Even the undead wear seatbelts.
I'm guessing just to force the alts out into public so that they can get some shots of like people staring at them and stuff. And one old lady says this.
Yes. It's an angel, this is the devil. You are an ordinary human being. What the hell are you doing here?
How did I get labeled as the devil? Why am I the devil?
Well, you have all sorts of devil signals. This is a devil, in case you're interested.
But you don't know what's inside my heart, do you?
Do you have a heart?
She calls Art the devil, the most chilled out guy imaginable. He's the devil. And then calls Don, a literal blood drinking vampire, an angel. That lady is a terrible judge of character. And I love it when Don says this.
Do we have enough pasta?
The undead being has a moment of humanity when he realizes that they might not have enough pasta. Do you think he sneakily gets normal food? Like he scurries back to his room with a bowl of mini Weetabix, hoping that no one can see him so he can keep up his illusion. On the other shopping trip, Noel runs around the street with his cock out.
Ladies!
People were just sitting there covering their mouths going, oh my God.
Can anyone help me find the cat?
Hey. He was one person in the world that actually did have the nuts to be able to do that.
Which I'm pretty sure is illegal, right? At least that's what I've been told. But the one alt that over the course of the show has revealed themselves to be very childish, very bitchy, hypocritical, argumentative, and overall just not fun to be around. Unless you're giving her an oil massage for no reason, then you're probably alright. But that alt is Fiona the Witch. The bitch witch. Which witch? That bitch. Like during Don's blood drinking ritual, she was laughing hysterically throughout the entire thing.
I kind of saw out of the corner of my eye Fiona kind of like hysterically laughing.
And she blamed it on the amount of negative energy being released from that act. Like, no! If anybody had a laugh during one of her rituals, my God, it would have been the event of the show. The skies would have rained fire after that. In fact, in one of the episodes, she called upon the dark spirit of Lilith.
Abro, Batna, Alu, Ita, Kokos, Kali, Odin, Kia, Abro, Batna, Alu, Ita, Kokos, Kali, Odin, Kia, Abro, Batna, Alu, Ita, Kokos, Kali, Odin, Kia. Lilith.
Which basically means she was more of a bitch that day.
I know a lot more than you think I know. So just watch out.
But the thing that really sealed the deal about how I feel about Fiona, the feeling of dislike, was her argument with Art in the final episode. Toshio wanted to tell Art something, so Fiona wanted to wait until she told him. That's it, right? But this happens.
Why are you getting so aggressive? It is so unnecessary. It is invasive of my personal space, and I disrespect you for doing this. Please take a breath. I went down to the kitchen in my own space to get some breakfast.
You don't let me finish, ever.
Do you think you're talking over me now? I think you are. No. You just start unleashing all the...
And the amount of times that she said, let me finish, to everybody else, she constantly just shouts over him and doesn't let him say anything.
Can I say my point?
You're jumping in over nothing. There is no reason for you to be speaking to me like this now, and there is no reason for me to be getting upset. Please just give me 1 minute in privacy. That is so unfair.
And this next clip really shows how childish she is.
Didn't she tell you? And I said...
I'm listening. I asked, has Toshio talked to you?
Pretty much the same thing. I'm not going to be able to quote you word for word.
Okay, thank you, Art.
Right?
Thank you for saying that.
How old are you, Fiona? Are you 5? Are you 5 years old? Are you gonna cry? You're gonna shit your pants and smear it all over the walls and blame it on Art for not wanting to put up with you? Because that's what it seems like. But this argument did give us some good moments.
Blend this port and then it'll
May I finish without being interrupted, please? I let you finish.
Now, no show comes about without its fair share of haters, and I found one review that called Madhouse a bad show. The reviewer even mocked the contestants and called the alts losers, and said that the show is unsettling and ghoulish. And bro, the entire point of the show is showing that they're good people, that although they live different lives, they're still great and they're still people. Whoa. That was deep. And the show being unsettling and ghoulish, again, is part of the point. The show is about pushing people out of their comfort zones by making them drink blood and put a noose around their neck. So a bunch of really cool stuff. But either way, I enjoyed the show. I thought it was good fun. Overall, I give it about 7 out of pi vials of blood. And that's on my scale for reality shows. Like I said, I usually hate reality TV. But this one kept my attention and I actually found myself enjoying some of the drama, which is a first for me. So I can't wait for the second season, which should be coming out soon. I mean, the first season only aired in 2004, so I think it's time for a reboot. And before this video ends, I want to say a huge thank you for 200 subscribers. It blows my mind that even 8 people like my videos, let alone 200. So I really do hope we keep growing. You know, if we keep getting more beautiful people joining our ranks, we could have something special. So thank you so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel. It really does mean a lot to me. And if you do, then I will not let you hang at the gallows. Which may seem stupid now, but if you ever find yourself in the situation, you'll be glad that you did. Have a great day.